This guy places his hand on the laptop and just closes his eyes. And I'm like, yo, what is this bullshit? So we are here in Manhattan, Soho, LES, on the roof of the building where Immortal Technique and myself, Southpaw, crafted such classics as Revolutionary Volume 2, the third one, The Martyr, and almost finished working on the Middle Passage, I promise. It may actually be out by the time this is out.
Right north is Soho, right to the east is LES. We're basically in Little Italy, right? And then right below us is Chinatown.
You guys know each other?
Oh, wow.
35 years?
A long time, man. This was one of my first friends when I came to this country.
Wow.
We went to the same nursery school.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's called the Red Balloon in Harlem. And
Were you guys working on Middle Passage back then?
that's a good one.
That was a good setup. He had that player.
No, I didn't. I really didn't. But I hit 35 years and I was like, still waiting.
Still waiting. Hopefully not another 35 years. But no, yeah.
Definitely not another.
I've known Southpaw for a long time. Actually, I was working on Revolutionary Volume 1 when I got out of prison, and he was making beats at the time, and we didn't have a studio. We weren't where we are right now. We had none of it. Basically, I had to go to every other studio I could, and just little spots, collect the vocals. You know, I did something just ridiculous one time, like a Sesame Street rhyme for something. And they were like, hey, could you do something for Sesame Street? So I was like, yeah, sure, if you let me use your studio. They were like, just can you rap about one letter? Like every rapper was gonna rap a letter.
Sure I
and
can.
they were like, apple, you know, aggravated, apple, you know what I mean? They gave me you. So it's like underdeveloped, decomposing body, underground, under the ground, undertakers, murder the sound. You know, they were like, this is for children. And every verse was about murder. The guy was like, Immortal Technique. He goes, we can't put this in. So I used that studio, and then I did this song, which, I mean, I guess a lot of people really liked on Volume 1 called Creation and Destruction. So I did that literally in one take. So when people hear that song,
laid it out in there in the middle of the flag, ruining the kid show.
Right, instead of ruining the kid show, and they obviously I didn't ruin it because I wasn't.
They didn't put you in.
Hell no. So they let me go, and basically I took the time that I was in that studio, and I guess that continued for a little while because we didn't have a studio until we were kind of maybe like a third of the way, I want to say, through Revolutionary Volume 2. And that's another thing I remind kids about, and then I'll just let them speak on that it's a lot harder to record music back in the day than it is now. Yo.
Immortal Technique disintegrates mics when I spit. I cause more casualties than sunken slave ships. Full to capacity, I bring tragedy to rap without my man Gaddafi. The government took Nazi scientists from Germany to design nuclear rockets and ways of observing me, cause their pathetic attempts didn't work to murder me. When this country was conceived, never heard of me. But now I hold the souls of slave masters eternally, bleeding internally burgundy during surgery verbally, cause I'm a spiritual witch, devils are incompatible.
Every reel was like $250. You know what I mean? You basically was going to spend on 3 reels, you're going to have to spend $750. And that's not even for the studio time of the engineer. That's just for the materials, right? If you wanted to retake something, they had to cut literally tape it back together so that it would sound perfect. Like, it's not like you could just adjust vocals, move things in a certain way. You know, it had to be utterly perfect.
Also, just sheer access. You know, you couldn't download a program, put it on your computer, and record a mixtape on it. You had to go to a studio. Now you go to Guitar Center, or go on Amazon, buy like a $99 microphone, you download some beats off of YouTube. You're off to the races.
He did Volume 2 on his laptop. Really? The laptop was the interface to connect with everything else, and everything else was just set up there. It was like a tiny little board. Yeah. The board was like that big,
Shout out to
You know what I mean? And we had no screen at the time, so the screen was the laptop screen.
Yeah.
It was and the crazy thing is the CPU overload was so insane.
Oh man,
because we had so many tracks running.
Talk about point of no return.
When we tried to like finally print everything, sometimes it would print, and sometimes we had to run the song like dozens of times, just so that it would go through without glitching, because there was so much information being processed through a tiny little processor. We did like point of no return last, and it was sitting there 100 times.
I had a ton of plugins, like as many as I could, without maxing the CPU out completely. But I mean, the session running, once I had mixed point of no return, was like sitting at like 98%. We kept trying to bounce it to take it to mastering, and the computer kept failing like halfway through. It'd get to like the second chorus and would glitch and would freeze up. So about after like 10 tries, and this was before you could everything was a real-time bounce. So we sit there watching it, and about 240 something, it would always, sorry. So about the 10th, 11th time, he's like, no, this is gonna work. This guy places his hand on the laptop and just closes his eyes. And I'm like, yo, what is this bullshit, man? It's not gonna work. And he goes, yo, and I shit you not, the shit printed.
Young Buddha.
I shit you not, they printed.
Young Buddha.
First time we did a song together, we were 14.
Yeah, 14. We did something called Dream Rhyme.
Yeah.
And it was about, we both wrote the rhymes at that point. He wrote one of the verses, I wrote.
I made the beat on a Casio.
And he made a beat on a Casio.
Wow.
And basically the rhyme was about a kid that's at his desk doing high school homework, and he falls asleep and he wakes up in this dream that he's a rapper. And it's and every day of my life I always think that I'm gonna wake up and I'll be 14 again.
Back at your desk?
No, well, it's crazy to me because we did that. We both listen to hip hop. We used to, sneak out we get out of school, take a little extra time going home. We get off on 125th Street and walk across 125th and hit the bootleggers, buy t-shirts. We had a little extra money, buy, tapes, whatever. Bootleggers, you get 2 for $5. We spent a lot of time absorbing hip hop and, living in Harlem. It's all around you all the time. And my father, as a filmmaker, had a fair amount of access to the Apollo, so occasionally he would bring us backstage to shows. It's just wild that thinking that video was all about, wow, it'd be crazy if we woke up as this rapper,
yeah.
Dreams can come true.
But it was just, I remind people when they ask me about how did you get knowledge about hip hop? How did you become intelligent and knowledgeable? And I tell people it wasn't a journey I took alone. Obviously, his father played a big role, my father too, but also I had a cheat code. I caught the tail end of the golden era. I was the little kid in the room with all these legends, and it just felt strange because, here I am, I'm around rap heroes, and to me they treated me like a normal person, like I was just a regular kid coming to ask them a regular question, and that always was a positive thing to me, So that's why I look up to Rakim. That's the OG. I still talk with him today. I got a question. Grandmaster Kaz, also a person that was very open, real willing to talk about it. 2001, I want to say. This is right when Volume 1 dropped. And I was opening up for Run DMC, the winner of the last show I think Run DMC ever did. God rest his soul, Jam Master Jay. And I didn't win the contest. I came in second place, but the whole crowd booed the person who the judges picked to win. And people started chanting my name, and I said, all right, man. But I said, listen, if you like me, please don't boo the person that won. Just come see me in the crowd. I got CDs. I was like, you know what I mean? That's real hip hop. Not hating on niggas for getting theirs, just trying to get yours. I said, so just see me out there. I'll see you in the crowd. So I jumped off stage and I just started selling CDs in the crowd. And somebody tapped me from behind, and they said, yo, my man want to talk to you. And I said, all right, I'll be right there. So I gave him a CD. I turned around, thought it was going to be another customer. So the person who originally tapped me wasn't there. And it was Jam Master Jay.
Wow.
And Jam Master Jay just looked at me and he goes, yo, I know you didn't win, man, but I thought you were really dope. And you're really talented dude, man. Just just keep doing what you want to do. Don't listen to what anybody else says. And I always took that to heart, man. And God rest his soul, man. He's such a good guy, man. He was a good brother, man. And my condolences to his family. And you know, I just say it like this, man. He made me feel like I was really doing it when I wasn't. You know what I mean? It'd be like if you ran into Richard Pryor while he was still alive, and he was like, you know, not for nothing, young man. Pretty funny, right? Just that little thing, and it didn't mean nothing to him. It couldn't have meant nothing. He probably didn't even remember where he was going, man. But it meant a lot to me because you know I grew up listening to that music, and you know what I mean. I always remember that I told his niece that I met her with Big D when we was at an event, and I told her what happened, and she was like, "That's the guy he was. That's the kind of dude that he was." You know what I mean? He always encouraged younger artists, and you know, and would drop little gems on them. So, man, if I could do that for somebody someday, I'd feel great.
I think you already have, man.
We try.
Times I've seen you.
We try,
yeah.
man. We try.
Takes like, if I could do that one day, I know I have.